Okay, so tonight I have some Red Bus Deep Down South Barbecue. Yes, guys, they are still open. They have moved down the road from their previous location. So yes, they are still live. They're still up in effect, y'all. So me and Mysteria just went and got us some barbecue ribs. She got the wings and two sides. I got the ribs, the shrimp, cornbread, collard greens, toast. Thank you, guys. Shout out to Deep Down South Barbecue Truck. Yes, they always come through for me. Let me do my thumbnail. I've been waiting for some barbecue. Okay, let me say my prayers and get into it, because I'm ready to kind of talk about this. But I'm going to be answering questions from my live with my fan group on Facebook. So just kind of bear with me, because I'm also going to be talking to them and seeing their perspective on the topic tonight. So hey guys, live on my Facebook fan group. I love you guys so much. They're so supportive. You know, they keep the conversation going with me. They just keep it popping, and I love it. But as I always tell them, I got to keep in touch and, you know, touch base with my, you know, YouTube channel. So I love you guys. Hi, Quan. All right, so let me say my prayer. So I can't even talk right now. Let me say my prayers, and then we're gonna get into it. All right, dear Heavenly Father, thank you for another peaceful day. Thank you for love, your strength, your protection. Thank you for blessing us to see another day and to make it through this day, Father God. Thank you for this meal that I'm about to receive and those hands who have prepared it. Father God, I pray for my loved ones, family, friends, and associates. I pray for enemies, if there are any out there. Father God, I pray that you watch over us daily as you always do. In your Son Christ's name I pray. Amen. Yes. Let's get it in. Hi, Karen. Okay, so you guys, I was just letting, because I'm also recording on my YouTube channel. But as I said, you know, I am going to be having this topic conversation. You know, also, hold on, let me move this over. This topic conversation, because it's always something that bothered me when people say, what happens in this house stays in this house. That's the topic for tonight. I just had this conversation with a family member a few days ago, and you know, I told her I am not the type of person, I don't like that. You know what I mean? It's not that you have to be secretive. It's not that, you know, your family is trying to be secretive. It's not that you have to go out there and say, hey, this is what's happening inside my household. Hello, Marilyn. Shout out to my fan group. You know, it just bothers me, because people who feel like, you know, stuff that has happened, you know, in your family, my collard greens are like all over the place. For my YouTube, for my fan group on Facebook, I got my dinner. Me and my sister got our dinner tonight at our local, we call it the Red Bus, but it's called Deep Down South Barbecue. Yes, honey. So for you guys who are just coming in, that's what I'm about to eat. I don't know what they did to my shrimp. Something just happened to them, but whatever. I'm gonna eat it and be merry. Again, the topic, you know, that I'm discussing tonight is what happens in this house stays in this house. I'm sure, hi Brianna, I'm sure, you know, like, our families aren't the only people who think like that or have, you know, say things like that. I don't know, it always bothers me, because people who say that are basically the people who know that they have, you know, serious issues going on inside of the household, and they think if they keep it in between themselves or amongst themselves that it's okay. We know what happened, the situation is over, everything is okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. I've had things that happened to me from an outsider that came into our home. You know, things have happened amongst family during those times. And as years pass by, you know, people think that you're over it or you let it go. Hi, Nikki. Nikki's gonna adopt Mysteria, you guys. She's gonna take my sister. Her and Hershey. You and Hershey gonna have to split custody. I gotta put my cornbread in my collard greens, y'all. I've never had that. Oh, I see they got cornbread, corn in here as well, inside the cornbread. I've never had their cornbread before, so this is my first time trying their cornbread in their collard greens. Everything else I have had. I've had their fried crabs, garlic crabs as well, and they are good, really good. Hi, Sonia. I'm doing okay, you guys. I'm also recording on my YouTube, so I'm just letting you guys know. The topic that I was talking about on my YouTube tonight was when people say what happens in this house stays in this house. And I honestly want to know, you guys, you know, I want to know your opinion, what you guys feel about, you know, stuff like that. Because like I said, me personally, I have been a victim, you know, in plenty of situations. But it's like certain people feel like, you know, if it's them who's going through the situation, they would handle it different. But that's the problem. You're not the person in the situation. It's like a big family secret. And I'm not saying as in, you know, go out and just tell the world everything that's going on in your household. No. But if for the victim in the situation, from how I see it, they have a right to speak out. They have a right to talk about what happened to them. They have a right to share what they went through and, you know, what they did to overcome the obstacles that they went through and to get them to where they are now, to where they're at a stable, okay stage. People don't understand that. I am eating ribs. I'm eating some fried shrimp right now. Collard greens, cornbread, and they put toast in there. Hi, Star. Okay, let me try this cornbread and collard greens. Bon appetit. I'm trying to put some more in there. It's the way they got it. So we got the rib dinners. I got the ribs and shrimp, and they give you 2 sides for $13.99. You cannot beat that. You cannot beat that. This is the only time I eat cornbread, is if it's in my collard greens. It tastes very good, Sonia. But, I appreciate everybody that has jumped on my YouTube channel, on the videos and stuff, and showing me love and support. I salute you guys. I truly salute you guys, because, you know, people are very hostile. You know, they're very negative, you know, just want to go on there just to say something, to start the negative comments. And I mean, you know, to have a support team and have positive people that are on there, you know, to have your back and be like, listen, she let you know what the video was about. I had somebody who commented and was like, mukbang is supposed to be about you eating the food. And I had someone to come in and say, you know, well, the video does say, you know, seafood boil prepping. I was like, thank you. clapback session is real. It is real. And I just want to say thank you, you know, to everybody who, you know, get on there and stand up for me and have my back. I really, truly appreciate you guys. You just don't know how much I do. And I love you guys. And I pray for you guys daily. You know, some people just don't know how to be humble. Some people just don't know how to, you know, express themselves without, you know, turning it into a big fiasco. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I'm different, you know. I just don't understand. How are you, Star? It's very good. I wish I could share some with you, love. So I'm eating some collard greens and cornbread, and they put actual corn inside of their cornbread. It's delish. But I'm hoping, like, probably get more into the subject after the eating and chatting. You know, again, we're talking about the subject of, you know, people saying what happens in this house stays in this house. It doesn't, because it follows you outside the house. You angry. You carry around hatred. Take your anger out on the wrong people. As in my ex, that's something that is his issue as well. And it was like he was trying to hold it in, but taking it out on me. And other people who've never been in a situation don't understand, and that's the problem. I'm sorry, Nick, I just seen it. It's our one of our buses down here is we call it the red bus, but it's called Deep Down South Barbecue. Ooh, my shirt too big. Yes, collard greens. Hi, Dior. How are you? Collard greens. She said collard green or collard green? Collard greens. So I said, I love watching you. Your spirit, your love. I just love it. Oh, thank you, Star. She said, but we love food. Food is so life. It depends on what food I can say is life. Now, some seafood, yes, that it gives me life. It really gives me life. Spaghetti, I'm sorry. Spaghetti gives me life too. I like spaghetti. Got a bone. All right. Got a little rib tip here. Look at that. And they be so good. And a bread. Yum, yum. That sauce be so good. And Mr. Robert, he makes his own sauce for his barbecue. It is really good. It's really delicious. Tell y'all, $13.99 can't beat it. My shrimp, It got beat up a little bit, but it's good. It's good. It's crispy, crispy. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it is. Oh my God. What are you eating for dinner? What are you guys having for dinner? Also, something I did want to touch in this video as well. After I spoke to a few people on the situation that took place with me, with the ex in the porn video, I went back through the actual video and saw that there were two separate videos. The top video was from the front with boobs and stomach showing. The bottom video was the recording of me from behind. And as I looked and I studied it a little bit more, the bottom one, he tagged my Instagram business name into the video. And hello, Rhonda. Oh, excuse me. And not only did you tag my name, Instagram business name into the lowdown move that you made. Who is this girl that's at the top of the video? I don't know if you guys ever noticed on any of my videos where I'm standing up, I have a pouch. You know, we call them pouches. That bottom stomach, you know, you got this top stomach and you got your little pouch. I've always had my little pouch since I was in probably high school. Way before I met my ex-husband. Way before I met my ex-husband. My tattoos, not trying to flash you guys or anything, I've had these tattoos on my chest since 2007 when I was going to cosmetology school, Mr. Pugh. On this video of the young lady, or that people are thinking that's me, to make it seem like I knew that he was recording, because it's showing from the front. She don't have tattoos and she doesn't have a pouch. So now I have to bring the subject back up to let it be known it's not me. She don't have tattoos on her breast. She doesn't have a pouch. I can't even think of the word to use right now. And I really want to show it, especially this top part. I could show it to you guys on Facebook, but I refuse to show that on YouTube, because I start to just edit like the breast, the nipple part of it, and even just show you guys the stomach. And I start to take a picture of my stomach and kind of do like a side by side with this, you know, image. I never seen guys in my life so bad. You're hurt so bad that you have to take it to that level. I don't understand. I don't understand. But again, they probably suffer from what happens in this house stays in this house. But it's not staying in the house because they're getting mad from what has happened in that house and bringing it to somebody else's house now. Why? Families, talk about things. That's good. Some people just feel like they're getting over it. The situation has been taken care of. We're just going to look past it now. It's in the past. We're going to leave it in the past. Depending on the situation, some people carry the past situations to their future. Some people drink the past away, or they think they're drinking the past away, because when they sober back up, it's still going to come to the surface. Some people do drugs thinking that, you know, it's just gonna cope and make them feel better, you know, from whatever happened in that house. And obviously it's not staying in that house, because now that they're older, it's bothering them. It's haunting them. I refuse to be one of those people. That's why I open up. I don't open up just to share stories or just to be entertainment to anybody. I open up to help other people open up. To, you know, show them, this hair keep getting in my eye, to show them that it's okay to talk about it. You know, it's okay to let people know, hey, this is what happened to me, you know, in that house. This is, you know, a situation that I've been battling since I was in grade school, since I was in middle school, since I was in high school. You know, this is a situation that is stopping me from sleeping at night. You know what I mean? And it's like, people who've never been in a situation, you know, all they can tell you is, yes, pray about it. Yes, I do pray about it. It does help. But it's still there when you haven't talked about it. When you haven't talked to someone who can say, I've been in your shoes. I've been in your situation. I know what you're going through. I understand how you feel. Listen, we're going through the same thing. We've been through the same thing. But you're going through it right now. I've been through it. Look at me. I'm surviving. You know what I mean? Like, I've learned to say, hey, I am going to give it to God. I'm not going to say I got over it. I'm not going to say I've let it go. You know, because sometimes things still come to the surface, that something can happen and puts you back in the mind frame. Hi, Nisha. You know, it puts you back in the mind frame of something that you went through, and bam, the situation is happening all over again. And you just don't realize it, but it has started back up the pain. It has started back up the anger. It has started back up your past problems from when you were this age, when it first happened. People don't understand that. And I realize that, look at these groups that they have out there. AA meetings. You know what I mean? Like drug rehabilitation. You know, they have meetings for people in the group who are all going through the same thing, or who've all been there, and look at them now and they're not drinking anymore. They're not doing drugs anymore. You know what I mean? Because they're talking about it with other people who have been in their situation. Or they're talking with people who are going through the same thing that they're going through. So they are not feeling ashamed of being a drug addict or being an alcoholic, because these other people in this group can't judge them. Because it's a reason why they're in there. And this is what I'm trying to get people, you know, who tries to give me advice that has never been in my situation at all. You cannot tell somebody how to feel or how to handle a situation because you haven't been through it. So there's nothing you can tell me if you've never been through this situation that I'm going through or that I've been through. So even back to kind of like the conversation of me being put on a porn site. As I said in my last video of, you know, being exposed by my ex-husband. Okay, we've both been in a molesting situation. You didn't record you and this person and post you guys' sexual encounter on a porn site. And it's not that I'm trying to hit below the belt or to start up any type of situation, but you had plenty other things that you could have posted on that porn site. Why didn't you? Because you're upset that I actually left, that I walked away, or that you were trying to help me get followers? Very supportive. Awesome. Right, Star. Right. And it's all the time. How are you, Nisha? I was reading Star's comment from my Facebook, and she said, it's a shame you got to prove things to people because miserable people do good people like that. And it's all the time. It's all the time. And when you go through something with someone and you get out of it and you try to move forward with someone else, they bring up your past relationship more than you. They don't see it, or they don't realize that they're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing it. I don't have to bring it up. I don't have to say, well, you are acting just like him, or you are doing the same things that he did. Because it might be certain things similar in situations that this other person might do. And yes, it might put you in a mind frame of like, dang, I went through that with him. I'm not, you know, like, And I have said that before. Some of the things that I went through with him, I'm not about to allow, and I'm not about to put up with it from somebody else. If I love and I care about you, I'm going to fight for you. I don't want to fight with you. We got to yell and fuss to each other. I'm going to walk away. I'm not the only person who, you know, has said that. Even therapists, counselors, listen. Instead of you guys fighting or arguing, why don't one person walk away, go somewhere, you know, until you guys are able to calm down, talk about it. Not these days. Not these days. We have a new generation of boys. It's a new generation. As long as these days, and I'm not talking about all. I'm not talking about all. But you have some that get so upset that they can't stop till they physically hurt someone. Then they're okay after that. I've been through that too many times. Been through it. And I just refuse. I'm sorry that you don't understand why I feel that way. I'm sorry that you don't understand that I refuse to accept fighting with you instead of fighting for you. Oh my God. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, Jesus. Lord. Yes, Sonya, it does. Misery does love company. And that's the reason why I'm bringing up the topic of people saying what goes on in this house stays in this house. What happens in this house stays in the house. No, it doesn't. I just got out of a relationship with someone whose situation that happened in another house came into our household. So obviously it didn't stay in that house because it came in my house. That's crazy. That is crazy. A whole abuse situation. I didn't even know that this is something that happened prior to me. But I didn't know. Why? Because what happens in this house stays in this house. How do you know? You know what I mean? And then as soon as something happens, oh, he did that before. Oh, she did that before. Well, why ain't nobody tell me? Why didn't I know about this so I can protect myself? Oh, because what happens in that house stays in that house. So that means what happens in your house now with this person needs to stay in your house. Because now it's not in this house no more, it's in your house. I don't understand. I truly don't understand. But it did say in the Bible, us as humans are really not, like, we're not going to fully understand each other. We're not going to fully understand each other. God understands us. Christ understands us. Us as humans aren't going to fully understand each other. We're going to make our own assumptions. We're going to, try to think for the next person or already have the answer of what we think the other person is going to say or what they're going to do. We all do it. I can't say that I have not done that or I haven't felt like that, because I'm quite sure I've done it. Oh, let me not say this, or let me not even, ask this question, because I already know, he gonna be mad, or he gonna feel this type of way, or, it's gonna turn into this, and, so instead of me asking or, even making a gesture or anything, I already assumed that what the results were gonna be, so I didn't do it. Okay, that's cool. Now I know. I don't know. The more and more I sit back and think about it, it's always good. Like, everybody can afford to go see a therapist. Everybody can afford to go see a counselor. So we be therapists and counselors to each other. Talk. Not yelling. Talk to each other. Let each other know, hey, this is what's going on. or this is what happened to me. You know, one person talk, the other person listen. What is so hard? I never understood what is so hard about that. Why do people think that it's better to talk at each other instead of talking to each other? If you're going to talk at me, I don't need to reply. Because you're talking at me, not to me. It's crazy. Sonya say, I went through something like you. It was and still is crazy. And we're not the only ones, Sonya. I promise you we're not the only ones. It's so many people. And I'm not just talking about us as women. It's guys who are going through stuff with chicks that have a good guy and don't realize it. He's out there working, busting his butt, you know, helping taking care of home. Some of these females are out there, you know, where you work too much, so I went and found somebody else who's giving me attention. He's giving you attention, but can he help do anything for you? Can he help provide for you? You know, is he spiritually, you know, there for you? You know what I mean? Like, it's more to just giving you attention and having sex with you and, you know, those type of things. It doesn't have to be all about money. It's not about money. If you love someone, you love someone. It doesn't mean that you don't want what you have because you're walking away. It just means that you want things to be different so you can find a better way to fight for it. And yes, it is easier to walk away when you've already been through so much. You don't want to walk back into something that is looking familiar. I don't want to walk into something that looks familiar. I want to walk into something that's different. I don't need a guy to tell me all the time, oh, I'm not your ex, or I'm nothing like your ex-husband, or I'm a man, he ain't no man, you know, I'm different. I can do this different. I don't treat people. I don't hit women. I don't do this. I don't do. Okay. I hear what you're saying. I hear you. But when it comes to your actions, as you say, actions speak louder than words, right? Your actions is what's making me want to walk away. If we had a manual, and I put this on my Facebook, read the manual, but don't forget to read the fine print on the next person you end up or are about to date. Read their manual, body language, observe them, attitudes, problems, issues, drama, whatever. Read the fine print. There is history of problems. There is history of outbursts. There is history of bipolarness. You know what I mean? There is history of abuse. There is history of, you know, ongoing drama. Okay. And if you still stay, that means you're willing to go through that with them. You're willing to, you know, be there to help them and understand what it is that they're going through. I've been willing to do that. But I'm not willing to go through physical abuse, verbal abuse, emotional abuse. Because all of that equals to mental problems. Everybody has their way of understanding how they want things and how they like things done or what they're used to. That goes back to that eat with Q and be loved thing. Eat with Q was expecting things to be a certain way when she got to Be Love's house. And Be Love wasn't didn't know that these were the things that Eat with Q was expecting when she got there. We're not mind readers. We can't read your mind. Why would I know what's on your mind, what you're thinking, how you're feeling, what's wrong with you, just by your looks or your sound or the noise that you make? I'm not a mind reader. I am not Miss Cleo's daughter. I am not no I am not one of them psychic readers, and I'm not trying to claim to be. Don't expect for me to know what you're feeling, know what you're thinking, know what's wrong with you, know if you're hungry, know if you're sleepy, know if you need to go take a dump. I don't know. If I knew, I don't think I would be here. I don't think any of us would be here. Seriously. Sonia says, the ones that say they don't hit women, that's the ones who do. Yeah. I have met a few guys who, was very clear on that. They were very clear on that, and it never happened. And it was like, I might get mad with you and, walk out. Okay, cool. I prefer you to do that. I would prefer for a man to tell me, listen, Isha, I'm not about to argue with you. I don't think that, if we're going to sit here and fight and argue, I would prefer just to not, I love you, but I would just prefer not to do this. So, with that being said, I don't want to fight with anybody anymore. I've had my rounds of being in the boxing ring. 7 years worth. I've had my rounds of sitting there fighting with someone for what? We were sitting there fighting for what reason? I don't want to fight anymore. Not with you. I want to fight for you. And if I say, with me saying that, because I just recently said it, me saying I don't want to fight with you is basically me saying I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to yell with you. We may annoy each other. We may get on each other's nerves. But let's talk about it. Why do we have to, get to the point where it gets to a disrespectful stage and we're angry? That's what I mean. That's what I mean. I don't know about anybody else, but that's what I mean when I say I don't want to fight with you. Me saying that I would prefer to fight for you than with you is me saying, okay, yes, our relationship is worth us trying, but just not fighting. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. If I have to put all of my energy into arguing every day, it doesn't have to be physical, but sometimes that anger gets so bad that it makes you want to physically put your hands on someone. It's not worth fighting. It's not. We can't talk about it. We can't sit down and say, well, hey, let me just go take a breather, let me come back. If it's that bad to where you getting that mad to, just getting all out of character, and saying things that you can't take back or saying things that you have to apologize for, you're fighting with me. You're not fighting for me, you're fighting with me. Because now you're not the person that I'm looking at as in you loving me. You're now looking like my enemy. I feel like you're my enemy because now you're treating me, you're talking to me, you're yelling at me, you're responding to me as in somebody you never gave a damn about in the first place. But for someone who say, I love you with all my heart, I'm in love with you, you know, I would never hurt you, I don't want you to be scared of me, I don't want you to ever feel this way, I don't never want you to feel that way. How are you supposed to feel or think any different when the only thing you seeing is somebody being like they're turning into a monster towards you, who love you, care about you, who would never hurt you, who would only protect you, who got your back? I don't see myself trying to, like, I don't know, it bothers me. But being that like I said, I've been through all of that already, I know what I don't want to go through again. And it's like, people now don't understand that, of course, if you're doing any of those things, you're going to put me back in that mind frame to feel like, okay, here we go again. Might not be with the same person, but here we go again with the similar situations. Why? Because you're not putting your hands on me. That it's a big difference. Talk to me. We're humans. We're going to annoy each other. We're going to get on each other's nerves. We're going to do things that each other don't like. We're going to say things that each other don't like. But it doesn't mean that you're going to get to the point where it's disrespectful. I love someone, and I love him deeply, and we have our differences. You know, it's never been any abuse or anything like that. It's just a not understanding, or he feels like I'm comparing him to my ex, which I hope there is no videos or pictures or anything out there to be trying to expose me. Then yeah, I'm gonna have to compare you to him. That's a whole different ballgame. You know, just, I'm a calm person. You know, if I don't see any changes on the opposite side, I'm gonna pretty much reciprocate what I'm receiving. Like I said, we're humans. We've all been through similar situations. We've all been through different situations. So we're not going to always understand each other. We are going to have differences. We're all going to have, you know, disagreements. But the point is, are we willing? You know, are we willing to say, well, dang, babe, you get on my nerves, but I love you though. I've done that. I've done it. You know, I'm the type of person, I'm not going to say nothing to you. I'm not going to cuss you out. I'm not going to call you out your name. I'm going to give you the look. Everybody always tell me, you always give people that stupid look. Well, stop acting stupid. You do stupid stuff, I'm going to do stupid stuff. I just want to reciprocate what I'm receiving so you'll be able to see what it is that you're doing as well. But some people don't understand that. They feel like, oh, it's okay for them to do, but you better not call them out on it. Okay, cool. That's cool. I ain't gonna call you out on it. I'm not gonna call you out on it. But I'm gonna show you what it is that I have a problem with too. So you'll know when I ask you to stop, or I say stop, or I say don't do this, or, you know, my whole demeanor, attitude change, whatever the case is, you'll know how I feel. Y'all, I can't. I'm gonna try to eat this one more little piece here. This sauce is so good. I saved this other piece for to eat with my crabs and stuff. tomorrow. Yeah, I tell y'all, this rib is so good. I'm sorry, Famous Day. Y'all ain't got nothing. They got nothing on the down south barbecue truck. But I know a few people also who can cook ribs barbecue very good. My uncle is one of them. Miss Thea didn't eat hers yet. She was supposed to be getting in the shower. Girl. Is it yet?
Gonna go take me to the shower.
That's it. I'm done. I'm full. If you want to drop your comments below, let me know how y'all feel about what happens in this house stays in this house subject. Everybody got their own opinion, advice from gritting my teeth on this type of situation, because similar things have happened to them, you know, where they feel like, okay, well, this happened to me, so I understand what she's talking about. I understand what she, you know, saying. Drop your comments below. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Just, if that's something you agree with, let me know. I can't say anything against you, because that's, you feel okay with that. Nobody can judge you. Nobody can, you know, say, hey, well, she don't think that that's right, so I ain't gonna say nothing about it, you know, whatever. No, you got a right to. You have a right to. If you feel like, okay, well, yeah, I feel like what happens in this house stays in this house, that's your opinion. You have your right to. Nobody can take your voice. Nobody can take your voice. Like I said, personally, me, I don't like it, because although it happened in that house, it doesn't mean it has to stay in that house. Simply because some people carry it with them to their futures. Some people carry it to their next relationships. You know, some people carry it from childhood to adulthood, and things turn out really bad. They turn out really bad. You know, so if you are a person that is in that type of situation where you feel like that, get somebody or find out, you know, they have all type of little groups. That Gatorade hit different when it's cold. But seriously, they have little groups, you know, where people go through similar stuff. I found out at my church that they have, you know, little groups. Like, they have women abuse groups, and, you know, alcoholic AA groups, drug addict groups, you know, sexually abused, you know, groups. People sit and talk about, you know, what happened to them. They're not the only victims. That's why it's a group. So you're able to talk about it. You're able to express what is going on and see how it's able to help you to move forward. You know, nobody should be like, oh, you in this group, you done went through that, we done went through that, okay, let it go. No. It should be more so like, you know, you've been through it, you've made it this far, you can only get stronger from here. You don't have to let it go, but don't let it stop you from moving forward. As embarrassed and violated, humiliated, violated, if I already said it, I'm sorry, and hurt that I am about this porn site situation of me being exposed and me being made to look like I was approving of that video and of that uploading. each day it bothers me when somebody asks me, okay, well, what's going on, or is anything happening, or this and that and the other. It's a reminder. It's always going to be a constant reminder. Talking about my daughter is always going to be a constant reminder that she's not here. Each year her birthday comes, or June 24th when she passed. It's always going to come. It's a constant reminder. I don't have to let it go. I'm just learning to get stronger and move forward. Trying to. Going through a miscarriage. It's happened. It happens. Some people's bodies are stronger than others. It's things that you go through. I can't sit and ponder on it. It hurts so bad, deep to my heart. But I can only, move forward to where I'm saying, hey, well, that was my last chance. I'm not going to try it anymore. I can only let these situations become that make me stronger. These are lessons that I'm learning from. I can say what I want in my life and in my future, and I can say what I don't want and what I won't put up with. And for people in my future who want to be in my life, if they can't accept and can't respect that on how I feel, it's just easier for me to walk away. But as I said, I am a person who does not agree with what happens in this house stays in this house. And I would love to know you guys' opinion, advice, and how you feel about it. So, again, if you want to drop your comments below, you can hit me up on Instagram. You can hit me up on Facebook. I am on there. I love you guys for your time. I love you for just being on here with me, talking with me, watching, just allowing me to be helpful to you guys by me opening up on things that have happened and have been done to me. And I love you guys for it, and I will always continue to pray for you guys. I don't have to personally know you, but I will always continue. Thank you.